I've turned RuneScape into a roguelike, and I'm locking myself into RuneScape's regions randomly for 24 hours at a time. In those 24 hours, I progress my account, bank, skills, and quests as far as possible, and then I take on the hardest PvM content in that area. If I fail the PvM challenge, I wipe my entire account, dropping everything I have ever accumulated. But if I succeed, I permanently unlock the ability to save one item if I wipe in the future. What's the goal? If I manage to successfully complete all 10 regions in a row, I'll immediately gear up and challenge Zook, the hardest PvM content in the game. If I win, the series is over, but if I fail, I wipe and start all over again. Can it be done? Let's find out. Well, I know I said I was gonna be playing throughout the entirety of August. I don't even want to see how long it's been. 29 days. Oh my gosh. I have been so busy that I genuinely have not been able to play. But I do remember last time we rolled Karamja, and I did go ahead and do some prep work. So there are a few quests that we can start there. We can complete Jungle Potion and we complete Shiloh Village. And Shiloh Village is 100% the best quest for us to be completing there. I can start Tribal Totem, Tybo One-Eye Trio, and One Small Favor. But what I really want to accomplish in this region is getting an Obsidian Cape. So that is going to be my main goal for this region. Let's go ahead and get started. And if you guys end up enjoying today's episode, please think about hitting that subscribe button, the like button, and turning on that bell notification. And it feels so good to be back, I gotta tell ya. Okay, so we are finally over in Brimhaven, and the first thing that I am going to focus on is completing Jungle Potion in Shiloh Village. I do plan on using range to try and get the Obby Cape, so I will be spending a lot of money over here buying bronze bars from this general store. And then there's a lot of trees around here, but I don't actually know if there are any that I can cut. If there are, I will make bronze arrows. If not, I will be making bronze throwing knives. And here we are completing Jungle Potion, the only hard requirement for Shiloh Village. So now we can start working on that. I did not know there was a teasing stick spawn over here, so I actually will be able to train Hunter while we're here, so that'll be pretty nice. Maybe a little goal of 60. There are some normal trees around here, so I can make arrow shafts, so I will be making arrows over throwing knives. I think I have a bow. I think I have a bow, so we'll be good to go. I also need to get some bones for this quest as well. And this should complete Shiloh Village for us. Honestly, such an amazing quest that we are able to do the first time coming to Karamja. I'm going to work on making some bronze arrows, and then I'm going to start grinding that Obsidian Cape. Just working on the bronze arrow tips now. I've got all the headless arrows that hopefully we will need. Very nice. We can now make mithril crossbow bolts. And I also did get 71 wood cutting earlier while chopping the trees. I did not realize how close we were to a level up for wood cutting. Okay. Mining these gem rocks is slower than what I thought it was going to be. 50 mining. So I could continue to mine here until I get 55. That was a potential goal. If I have a lot of time left over, I certainly will. If not, that is not what I'll be doing, because I want to be as time efficient as possible. And I have no idea how long the Obby Cape grind is actually going to take me. So that is going to be the focus. I was just upstairs on my laptop, so I went ahead and just started mining because I was so close to 50. I've already got all the bronze arrows made and good to go. So once I finish this inventory, we're going to be heading over to start that grind. Before we get started with the range training, I do have about 1,000 chaos runes and about 300 death runes to go through. I withdrew the mind runes, and then I forgot I have no fire runes. So we will just be utilizing these. We might get a magic level. I'm pretty sure that we will. So that'll be pretty nice. And then we'll switch over to that range training method. We have worked through all the deaths, and now we're on to the chaos, and that is 55 magic. Honestly, such a huge milestone. Being able to cast that high level alchemy is going to be so nice later on. as we continue to progress throughout the different regions. I have a feeling that I'm going to be here for a very long time. And I don't even really know how many of these I've actually killed. I think it's like 33% of the time they actually just don't drop anything. And my loot logger says I've currently killed 23. Honestly, I could spend a full 24 hours here and I might not even get it. But that's what I want out of this region. There's not really anything else that I want. I can spend all my cash on feathers. I know I'm gonna fail. I'm not gonna get through the fight caves, but yeah, I'm doing what I can. And the knives, absolute no-go. Like, I'm so glad I made arrows over those because these bad boys do nothing. Alright, so I just wanted to check the wiki. It's only 33% of the time that they actually end up dropping Tokul or really anything like that. So I've killed over 60 of them, which I'm not complaining at all, but I'm really not going to have a good idea of how many I killed, just a rough estimate, if we actually end up getting any drop. There we are, the 57 range, and I'm going to be honest, if I spend my entire time here, this is going to be such an easy episode. Oh my gosh. Like, I genuinely forgot how slow these were to kill in general, and the fact that I'm just using bronze arrows, and I have pretty much no range equipment. I'm actually using the Beads of the Dead, because they do provide a +1 attack bonus across the board. So I didn't even realize that. So that's probably some information y'all didn't know either. So enjoy. Well, 8 hours in, 59 range. Love to see it. I also did get a hit points level earlier. We're up to 66 and 1278 total level. There we are with 60 range. We don't have any red D-high yet, but I could always get some in the future. And we are 1 level away from actually being able to use a rune crossbow. If we somehow manage to get one anytime in the near future, that will definitely be an item that I will be keeping on this account. We're about 10.5 hours in and I am still chugging away. I am probably gonna have to make more arrows though. Well, still no cape, which is fine. We're 11.5 hours in and my inventory is full. I'm gonna bank everything that I'm not using, which is literally everything, and see if we can fill up another inventory or get the cape first. That will be a fun little game I'm gonna play. Hey, there we are. That is a big milestone for the account. 61 range. We can now use rune crossbows. When we get one. We don't have one now. For now, we're stuck with this U-short bow. I am running out of arrows at an alarming rate, so might have to go back to making some more of those really soon. Well, I am finishing up another round of making bronze arrows. This time I'll only be making 4,500. We're almost 15.5 hours in, and I'm gonna continue this until we're at 22-ish hours played. Then I'm going to work on completing all the quest steps I had coming into here, because there are a few, but they are all very short, so it shouldn't take that much time. Well, we're about to get another range level. There we are with 63 range, 18.5 hours in. I don't even know how many of these I've killed at this point, but I know it's probably close to drop rate, is my assumption. And we still have nothing. Well, I've got about an hour of killing Tezhars left before I go finish all the quest steps we have left in the area and spend all my cash on feathers. There we are, 64 range. I am approaching 700 Tezhar Ket kills, and I'm not hitting the drop table at all. So that is hilarious. This is not how I envisioned this region going, to be quite honest. I thought I was going to be able to do some hunters, some fishing, but nope, we have spent the entire time here. Well, this will be the last Tezhar Ket kill. I'm going to go finish all the other quests that we have. We did not get a single drop. I killed 759 of these, so that is pretty wild. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna go finish the quest steps, drain all my money and buy feathers, and then if we have any time left, I will return here to try my luck again. Alright, we have completed the step 4 Pirate's Treasure, so now I'm going to go work on the Hand in the Sand steps. And this should be the last farmer I actually have to talk to for Fairy Tale Part 1. So we will be able to resume that quest once we go back over to Misthalin. And there we are at the last step of Hand in the Sand over here on Karamja. And I also was doing the bar crawl. That is now almost completed. I somehow missed one of the bars over in Varrock. So when we go back to Misthalin, we'll be able to finally complete this. Alright, time to start one of the shortest quests in the entire game. One small favor. Okay, well, I figured since I was in Shiloh Village, I'd go ahead and spend all of my cash on feathers. We just bought 305,000 feathers. Let's go ahead and put these bad boys in the tackle box. So we're up to 348k feathers. The reason why I spent all my cash is because I know we're not going to actually defeat Jad. Not even going to make it to Jad. There's actually no place for me to restore my prayer here. There is a statue that you can pray at after you have completed Tribal Totem, but I cannot complete that quest the first time here, so that is unfortunate. I do not have an agility potion, so I did not think about that before I came here. So I'm going to go ahead and complete the last step for the Grand Tree, and then I'm going to spend the rest of my time over at Tezhar's. Okay, that is the last step for the Grand Tree that I can do while we're over here. And there is a charter shipport over here, which I really didn't know about. And I'm going to go over to Brimhaven, take a little shortcut instead of running back. Oh, okay, well, it's not exactly what I wanted, but at least it's a drop. Okay, we got an Obsidian Shield, and if we didn't have a Rune Defender, it would be like our best melee strength bonus item, but I do actually have a Rune Defender, but regardless, I'm still going to be keeping this. Yeah, I'm sure it will have its uses in some areas, but oh my gosh, I finally got a drop. That's... oh, with about 17 minutes left to spare. This will be the last Tezhar Ket kill that we do, then we are off to the beautiful fight caves. No last kill magic. I am very thankful though that we finally did get a drop. That was crazy if we were going to spend pretty much 22 hours here and not get a single drop. So that feels nice to get. I'm going to go ahead and gear up and then we will attempt the fight caves. Okay, this is our gear. I really debated doing range, but I've got a U short bow, no range equipment other than a leather body, and bronze arrows. So I felt like that was going to be dumb. And I felt like this would be a pretty good way to show off the Obsidian Shield, which has the same strength bonus as the Rune Defender I have, without any of the attack bonuses. So let's go ahead. Let's full send it with melee, and let's just see what happens. I don't actually have to care about these bats because I do not have any prayer points. And before we get too far into it, guys, drop your guesses on how many waves you actually think we'll complete, because I honestly have no idea what we're going to do in 17 minutes. I have a full inventory of food, but I really didn't think we were going to need all that time, so I don't know what's going to happen. But since we're fighting, I can talk about everything that I have done this month. So August is my birthday month, for those of you who don't know. Let's go ahead and turn that auto retaliate on. So I really do like to enjoy my birthday month by relaxing and having a good time and spending it with people that I really enjoy, which is exactly what I got to do this month. I got to go to a couple shows for the business and set up and sell some stuff. That was a lot of fun. I 100% will be doing that again. I've been buying a lot of collections off people. It's been a lot of fun. I learned how to do soldering. I learned how to do backlight mods for Game Boy Advances and Game Boy Colors. I've learned that I absolutely hate working on DSs and SPs because of the threading that is required for the bands. Absolutely abysmal. Do not like that, so I am going to stay away from those types of repairs. But I've pretty much worked on like every console from NES all the way up until Xbox One. Like I fixed the Halo UNSC Halo, like the Halo Edition Xbox One. It wasn't working. There was an issue. I went in, cleaned it out. The HDMI port needed soldered back into place correctly, so I went ahead and I did that. That was a lot of fun. And we held a show at my local game shop. That was a lot of fun. We didn't advertise it that much. Wasn't really entirely sure how it was going to do, but it did pretty well. I was pleasantly shocked with how well it did, considering that we really did not advertise it that much. There was like a really big yard crawl also happening that weekend. It's like the biggest, I think it's like the biggest yard sale thing that happens on the East Coast. It's like, I don't even know the route number, but it's like, it's massive. So this is probably where we're going to start taking lots of damage. Because I don't have prayer. And now we're going to be fighting the Toxils the entire time, and I'm in melee range, so they could hit us with either. Although, like, full adamant isn't the worst, which is also why I decided I was going to do melee and not range, because I do not have good range defensive equipment. So I was like, alright, I'll just full send it with melee. That makes the most sense to me. And I really feel like the boss fight, like our attempt at fight caves, is gonna be longer than the rest of this video, because I spent like the entire 22 hours trying to get a drop, and I was really just trying to get the Obby cape drop. The shield is fine. It's definitely not what I wanted, but I will take it over the Obby Maul, because that would have been absolutely useless for us. So I'm glad that I did not get that. But yeah, month of August, super fun. Started going out. It's starting to cool down. It's not like high 90s, except for today we have a heat advisory. So I've started going back out and disc golfing. I have a lot of fun. I've been doing it like casually for probably 5 or 6 years. I've never went to like any competitions or anything like that. But I have a lot of fun going with my friends. And if you guys disc golf, let me know. I absolutely love talking about disc golf. I used to watch a lot of the professional stuff on like Jomez and some other channels. But recently I really haven't had a lot of time to watch anything. Just because I've been so busy. Which brings me to the next topic. So the wife and I are working on a business plan to open up our own physical store location. This won't come as a shock to anybody that knows me in real life, but I haven't really talked about the business that I run that much on my YouTube channel, mostly because it is not related to RuneScape in the slightest. I focus on restoring and repairing a lot of like retro consoles and even modern stuff. And my wife does a lot of like personal in-home lesson stuff. That's what she currently does, but she's always wanted to run her own coffee shop. So we're gonna like combine the two business ideas, and I don't want to give a lot of information away because we're still working on it. Like, we have the rough draft of the business plan. We're compiling like all the numbers that it would take us to either just buy a building straight out or have one built for us and then not have to worry about tailoring an already made space to what we want. So it's very, very exciting. We came up with the rough floor plan model. That was fun. For those of you who don't know, I can't actually conceptually visualize anything in my head, and I don't have an internal dialogue. So, like, I am absolutely horrendous with spatial recognition problems, and my wife was just completely unaware of it for the longest time, because I really thought like that's just how everyone functions, so I just never really talked about it at all. So yeah, trying to draw out the floor plan like I wanted to do it, just because I wanted to see if I could, and I did. It just took longer than what than what I thought it would take. But that's a lot of fun. We're working on that. I'm hoping, and she's hoping, that within the next 3 to 4 years, we will be up and running with the physical store location, which will be very, 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 very exciting. And I have a very special video coming out, which is the next video that I'll be releasing. So the one right after this one, there's not going to be like a big time lapse. It's still going to be like every 2 weeks like it has been. And I'm really, really excited for that. I'm going to go like more in depth about it as, well, I guess as we get closer to it. I'm not going to talk about it that much in this video, but I'm really excited. So in the next like 3 to 4 years, we're going to be hopefully opening up the physical store location. We want to have the business plan done by Christmas, because that's when we're going to be in the area of where our investors are, and we're going to be pitching the idea to them. And we already had pitched an idea before to them, and they really loved it. So it didn't quite work out with the store front aspect, because we needed more room than what I initially thought we were going to need, and it was just going to cost us a little bit too much than what I was comfortable with. I had a plan to open like a restaurant up where you could also rent out rooms for like D&D stuff. I'm a huge nerd. It was going to be tavern themed, like a medieval times, but like not obviously that massive. But it was just going to be like a Dungeons and Dragons type theme, you know, very fantasy. And I've never worked in the food retail space before, like with kitchen. Like I've worked at some locations like Jimmy John's and other stuff like that, but nothing with like a commercial kitchen. So I didn't feel comfortable spending the amount of money that we were going to need for the building. So I said, hey, let's not do this. I don't feel comfortable, and I'm going to be like the one trying to run it. And they were like, okay, yep, totally fine. So yeah, I'm just honestly super excited. It's gonna be a lot of fun if we can really make this work. I'm definitely gonna make videos on it. It's gonna be one of those things that's just like, when you see it, you're gonna, even if you don't care about like retro video games or anything like that, or coffee or any of the other nerd stuff, like if you see it, it's gonna look really, really nice, and it might hit some of you with a lot of nostalgia, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm really excited for that. We've made it to wave 15, which is further than what I thought I was gonna make it. We have 12 lobsters left, and I forgot these things heal if you're in melee range. I totally forgot about that because I never melee fight games. That's fine. I don't know if we're actually gonna get past this guy. I guess we'll see. But yeah, I'm really excited. Wife's really excited. Moving on with like to the next chapter essentially of our lives. I work extremely hard, and so does she. And we've always been like really self-driven, so we know anything that we're gonna do is gonna be incredibly successful as long as, you know, we do our research and we do our due diligence. And we've kind of already got the feelers out there for if this would succeed. We've done a lot of research into that already, so I'm not concerned about that. My internet just cut out. Okay, it's back up. Oh my gosh, I thought I was gonna just like DC and that was gonna be it. But yeah, so I'm not really concerned about it not being like approachable to the area or anything. We live pretty close to some major cities, and there's really no one around here doing what we want to do. And I know, like I say retro shop and coffee shop, but trust me when I say like the idea that we have, no one else is doing that. So I'm honestly just really excited. Well, if anyone guessed wave 15, they're correct, because there's no way we're killing this guy. He just keeps healing, which is fine because we have about 5 minutes left, and I made it about as far as I thought I was gonna make it. Well, hey, there we go. Okay, and obviously we're gonna be dropping that. I'm gonna be keeping the shield, so this is getting saved because that is a quest item. But I'm going to go ahead and empty out the bank, and then I'm going to show you guys all the progress that we made this region. Alrighty, it is time for the end of the region recap. Although I do need to drop these marks of grace, and that really hurts because that's a lot. But here's our bank. Boom. We've got our 5 items that we're keeping, and then we've got our quest tab area where if it's required for a quest, that is not required. It's being kept, which is completely fine. So let's go ahead and talk about what we were able to accomplish. I'm going to go ahead and mark that off for now. When we came into the region, we had completed 58 quests. We were able to complete 2 more, so we're up to 60 total. We had 99 quest points when we came in. We are now up to 102. And for our skills, when we came in, we were at 1269 total level, and now we're at 1284, so we gained 15 total levels. And even though I spent 22 hours fighting for an Obby Cape against the Tezhar Kets, which was a very suboptimal use of our time experience-wise, we managed to gain 420,000 experience. We came in at 7,321,000, and we're leaving with 7,749,000. So typically this is where I would roll the next region, but I'm going to save everything for the next video to leave you guys on sort of a cliffhanger. And I just want to say thank you all for being so patient, for letting me enjoy my month off for August. I truly appreciate it. And of course, I gotta give a special shout out to my channel members. We have Sir Otterman at the 3rd Age tier, Tom at the Crystal tier, Father Duo and Liz Lemon at the Master tier, and Lane at the Elite tier. Thank you guys so much for going above and beyond for supporting me and the channel. I truly appreciate it. And for the rest of you, I will see all of you beautiful people in 2 weeks. Have a great one, everyone.